All right, and we are live. Hello, once again, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel, where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum, and welcome to Do-It-Yourself Budget Hot Rodding. You all should recognize the engine in this. You guessed it, good old Project Spirit. The car that built the Prince Magnum channel, let me tell you. Now, if you're a true fan of the Prince Magnum channel, you'll recognize her old inline six. Now, it's a little dirty, it's a little beat up, but hey, that's just one of those things, you know. Engines get dirty. I mean, that's just the way it is. But a lot of you will recognize the old engine, and you'll recognize, the fact that, I mean, this thing is still going after all these years, 43 years of existence. This car has been rocking and rolling, you know. So if anybody who wants to talk badly about the inline sixes, well, you really can't say nothing bad about them, okay? I mean, if this thing can last that long, a lot of them can probably even last longer than that. I've heard some of them as far back as the 50s from Ford that are still going today. So I guess we can't say nothing too terribly bad about the inline sixes, now can we? All right, I already got my first one to log on and say hi. So yeah, this is the old girl's engine. And again, let me show you all how I know the exact age. Now, if you've never seen this before, all right, if you look right there, and basically that's the date she was manufactured. And I don't know how well you all can see that, but that is November of 1974. So she's been around that long. That is amazing, you know. She's been around that long. Shaggy, I totally missed what you just said. Doggone it. Oh, I hate that. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know where I never could get these things to work. All right, so right away you'll notice that she has been detailed a little bit differently, okay? The logo you see right up there, Princess Faye did that herself. She even did the scroll writing that says Spirit's name up there, okay? Now, because we kept having problems with batteries sliding over and smacking right into the alternator and causing all sorts of havoc there, you could see that her paint isn't what it used to be. So that lid is going to have to come off. Now, we've already redone the base, but we're going to have to redo the lid itself. And it'll be redetailed and all that good stuff. It'll get a shiny new paint job and then more Princess Faye's amazing artwork. Which you can't say nothing bad about that, okay? Right away, there is some other changes that I'm still gonna, show it in a video. I've already completed the video, so I kind of have to. But the old thermostat housing, and I say old because, it's an older style, but that there, I took the thermostat out, cleaned it up real good, which I'm gonna have to do it again before show. But those things shine up real nice, and they're really amazing when they're all polished up and everything like that. When you're doing car shows, attention to detail, my friends. That's why if you even look back there, you'll even note that even the master cylinder's been painted, okay? That's why we do all that stuff. Now, since Shaggy, who was kind enough to be my first one on and be the first one to put a like, Shaggy, do you want to hear me fire her up? Give me a yes in the chat. I'll be able to see it because I'm watching a little closer. Because I'll fire her up and give her some revs so you can hear it live. So if that's what you want, that's what we're going to do. But anyhow, while I'm waiting for him to decide if he wants to hear her fire up, you'll also notice Princess Faye's artwork right over there, right on the fan blade. Those are supposed to be kind of like these bluish wings, and amazingly enough, when I go to car shows and people see that, they're like, man, that is so awesome. I'm gonna have to redo the hose here. I tried to get it to stay blue, but just one of them things, you know, again, with the battery issue. And how I solved that battery issue is right over here. I actually put in a battery box and bolted it right down to the car itself, which I had to have some friends up at Vontaire Auto. They had to redo my my fusible link right through here, and basically the fusible link is designed to short. If there's a short somewhere, basically it'll fry before it fries the system, which is a good thing. You'll note that, well, I'm having problems with solenoids and everything, so I've had to replace that. We're already on the 7th one in the past 6 months, but this one seems to be holding, so good for us. But yeah, I just bolted the battery box. No more sliding over and smacking into the alternator. No more of that stuff. We're not going to deal with that. Again, you know, molded hoses, when you do this stuff, molded hoses, seriously, you know, come on guys, you know, don't go with those flex hoses. They look ugly. They look like they belong on a tractor. One of the other things that has to be done is I'm going to spend time cleaning up the fuel line connecting in, because of the fact that, I mean, honestly, it should be kind of a bright silvery color, you know. It should be, you know, come on. You know, eventually I want to get braided hoses in here for show. You know, it's going to, I've got a couple weeks before the car show, and I need to spend some time on her engine, because that's going to be one of the things that the judges look at is her engine. How does she run? Well, I'm assuming Shaggy, something happened, I guess, with the feed on his end, and he basically, you know, had to log off. Now, real quick, because I know how Spirit can be, safety first, you know, you learn things about these old cars like this. Okay. Now, this is also a tribute to my buddy on VST Ford channel, who does a lot of stuff with Ford. Yeah, that actually still works. Oh my gosh, I hate that. It drives me nuts. I'm gonna eventually figure out how to disconnect that dang thing. But here you go. For those of you who like to hear her run, there you go. The old girl's running. Yeah. How about that, huh? A 43-year-old engine sounding this healthy. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Man. One of the issues with the old girl, and if you even move it just right, it'll actually turn back on, see? So that's one of those things, one of the reasons why we're going to move it all down here out of the way, which we talked about that in yesterday's live stream. You know, it's just one of them things. Cars get old, they get worn out, you got to replace things. That's just a fact of life. Nothing's ever meant to last forever. And that even goes with us humans. So anything built by humans is not going to last forever, just the way it is. Oh, and if y'all are wondering what's on the odometer, there it is. You might want to add another 1 or maybe a 2 in front of it, but they just didn't figure these vehicles would last that long. But, you know, that's just one of them things. 43 years later, she's still rocking and rolling. Not bad, not bad. Now, whenever I go to do videos from the road, if you look right there, that's where my camera mounts, okay? And that's where I mount the camera, and it just slides right on, holds on pretty tight. Then I'll actually, because Spirit doesn't have a cigarette lighter, what I'll do is I'll run the cord, a cord from the camera down to a little battery, and the ashtray holds it right there, and everything's good and secure. Now, that's just one of them things. Again, the steering wheel, we're going to replace it. I'm going to put a Grant steering wheel in. The Ford steering wheel. I got that from Walmart, believe it or not. And I know some people will probably try to knock that, but shoot, it works. It doesn't look too bad, you know. And not that it's going to stay on there, but basically my Punisher skull shift knob that I got from AutoZone. It was a little expensive, but hey, you know, worth it. Now, for those who've never seen it, one of these before, that's the Indy shifter from Hurst. I will tell anybody right now that Hurst makes the best shifters for manual and automatic transmissions, in my opinion. I personally like them. They hold up very well. How well? Well, and we'll even talk about her weird shift pattern. Okay, here we go. I'll go ahead and push in the clutch. First gear, second, third. It's not that far apart, folks. Why they went to internal linkage, I do not know. But just one of them things. Okay. So because of her ignition problem, what I do is I have the positive post hooked up where all I got to do is pop it loose. No more power to the car, no more dead batteries, right? That's just common sense. And it'll be that way until I get the new ignition switch in. Now, what we talked about yesterday in the live stream, I'll mention again today. Basically, there will be a cutoff between the battery and the starter solenoid, and then there will be another, basically it'll be tied into a switch inside the car where you turn a key to the on position, which I showed that yesterday, and then you'll push a kind of like a horn button to start the car, and that'll be my setup. Now, something that I'm going to suggest for anybody, even if you're not showing cars or anything like that, in anywhere possible that you can, shove a funnel under the hood, you know, somewhere out of the way or whatever, kind of like that. Because if you have to do, you know, put any oil in it or whatever, it's right there, real easy to get. Oh, and that's her master cylinder we put on her like almost a year ago. I mean, it's got a couple of spots of rust, and I can touch that up and get it ready for show. And I can clean that top up real nice, and it'll look real good. Look real good when we go to do the car show. We might even have to redo her windshield wiper box, which Princess Faye did the artwork on that, if you like the artistic side. Now, something uncommon for the Ford Maverick, power steering. That's actually a little uncommon for the Mavericks. Most of them came with manual steering, which if you go back in time to some Project Vera's earlier videos, you know, when we had Project Vera, Princess Faye's 1977 Ford Maverick that was a canary yellow, hers had manual steering, and believe it or not, it was actually superior to a lot of the, I guess the way it was done, it was superior to how power steering is comparable to today. I don't know how, I guess we just got lucky on that. And one of the other things that we're going to change over time is some of the color to the various parts, like there, you know, that rod. Caution, fan. How many times I've nearly had my fingers taken off by a fan on one of these old cars. You know, something else that that should really come up is you know, attention to detail. Again, I do car shows. I mean, yeah, I get into the performance side of it all. Yeah, I mean, you got, you know, if you get into custom cars, you're going to do a little bit of performance. But one of the things that we added, I'm Prince Magnum. There you go. Something simple, something subtle that says that, you know, that it's mine. And even if it's not important to you, it's important to me, and it helps make the car. And I mean, you know, 44 Magnum bullet casing sort of looking valve cap thing, you know. I mean, it's not important to some people, but it's important to me, you know. So, I mean, that's just where we stand. I mean, if you like the old girl, you can't help but respect the fact that her engine is still going after all these years. It is a different transmission. The old one just finally wore out, but that took like 41, 42 years. I mean, come on. I mean, what bad can you say about that? You know, she's got a few dents and dings along her body, but you expect that of her age. But if anybody wants to say anything bad about the fact that, you know, she's got dents and dings, well, try to do that with a modern car. I mean, seriously, you can, you know, kind of, you get the idea. Good old American steel. You know, I love that stuff. You know, that's when we actually built cars. We didn't build, you know, plastic on wheels. You know, just one of them things. A type of door handle that I'm grateful that I have, believe it or not, the push. You know, I like these type of door handles. I don't like the plastic ones where you got to reach your fingers up under it. They have a tendency to break. These, it takes an awful lot to break these, and if they do break, there's a little button inside there you can push and still pop the door open. That's always a nice little feature I like. Now, something I was going to bring up, and I'm going to go ahead and bring it up now. In her, you know, her front, I still rock the bench seat, and there's a damn good reason for it. I got some stuff in the way, but, you know, hey, like I said, I'm still cleaning the old girl out. But there's a reason why I like the bench seat. And this is a great design. I don't know why we don't offer it today. And we should. We really should. Check that out. That goes up on the column. But, you know, I only put it on for show. You know, just one of the things. But the bench seat, what I like about it, Princess Face sitting over there, we want to cruise together. She can slide over next to me. I can put my arm around her and that sort of thing. The only problem is I have to shift. Just one of them things, okay? But that's just, you know, that's one of the cool features about having a bench seat. Now, for those of you stuck with bucket seats and you can't get your sweetheart to slide close to you, sorry. I don't know what to tell you on that. Maybe go find a bench seat out of an old truck and restore it and put it in your project. I don't know. It depends on how you feel about that. Now, something I didn't notice until we got the old car. If you notice right there, that's rust. So I'm going to have to redo that when I start redoing the interior. And what is rust doing on this? Well, this part, you know, it's not, you know, it's vinyl. You know, but right there, again, good old American steel. Now, one of the other things I love about these old cars, crank windows. In the old days, you know, with a good crank window, I could roll it up, roll it down faster than you can get your power window up and down 3 times. With this one, I can get it up and down once before you get yours up and down once. Project Spirit's old, and I'm getting old too, so, you know, that's just one of them things. You know, third pedal. We love third pedals here on the Prince Magnum channel. There we go. All right, so, you know, again, I love old cars, and, you know, for years I always wanted to have the chance to work on a Ford Inline 6. And today I get to do that. You know, I'm always one that, you know, if something grabs my interest, I'm going to do it. And some people may not find it that exciting, maybe even, you know, kind of consider it unpopular. But shoot, that's what being a part of the Maverick Nation is all about. You know, if you will, you know, when you think outside the box, you do it because you want to do it, you know. And as long as it's with, you know, no one gets hurt and it's in the confinements of the law, you know, who gives a crap? So does it have to be a V8 in an old car like this? Well, it's kind of cool if it is, but sometimes it's just as cool to have an old 6-cylinder that'll still run after all these years. And again, you know, I wanna take a moment again while we're, you know, looking at the old girl. I mean, yeah, she's a little beat up, but you know, she still turns heads. She still turns heads after all these years. You can't say nothing bad about that. And again, I'm gonna say good looking chrome wheels on these cars really make the difference. You know, I can't stress that enough. You know, I mean, you know, if you like old cars, you'll definitely love good old Project Spirit, you know. And you know, I love her. I love her to pieces. There are times I absolutely want to just bash her with a dang sledge, but then there's times that you're like, you know, when you're coming out of work and you've had a bad day and that sort of thing, you know, having an old car sitting there just waiting for you to take you home, it makes all the day, you know. So to my buddy on BST4 channel, you got to hear this 6 run. Maybe that'll inspire you to maybe get to work on your old car, your old Maverick on your channel. Because I love, you know, again, you know, I love these cars. They're a lot of fun. All right. There's not too much more that, you know, we haven't showed y'all before. Just mostly getting ready for that car show. You know, there's a lot of cleaning that's going to have to be done, and there's going to be some body work done to the old girl this summer. You know, just one of them things. You know, the Maverick logo, we gotta love that. And maybe one of these days I'll talk about that emblem again, you know, for those who, you know. Here I am smoking again. Don't judge me. I'm a typical hot rodder. I smoke a lot of cigars. But anyhow, you know, again, you know, if you like old cars, I mean, if like me, you know, you can't say nothing bad about a car like this. Real quick, there is video on my channel where we actually did that carpet up, which I'm going to have to vacuum it out, get it again all ready and everything. Can't wait. You know, again, body work coming this summer. We're going to have some fun with it. Redo the body and reshape her up and, you know, get her looking good. I might even see about getting a Maverick grabber spoiler and front nose, and maybe the bumpers to match, and kind of go from there. Who knows? I might get lucky enough to find those at an affordable price. You know, again, you know, she's just a basic old 4-door, but she still turns heads, you know. You know, just one of the things. Real quick, you know, one of the other things that's going to have to be fixed. Evidently, she got hit on the side, and you can see that's a very old dent, and it kind of went up here. So I'm going to have to get that marker light, and I'm going to have to straighten out some stuff. Evidently, they couldn't find a marker light, the original owners, and they just did it that way, which it works fine, whatever, you know, but it doesn't exactly, you know, scream okay, because this is what it's actually supposed to look like. Go to the other side. That's actually how it's supposed to look, and that actually looks a whole lot better. And you can actually see one of the rust holes that I'm going to have to fix. 3 in total. Mostly surface rust, though, so we got lucky there on the old girl. And again, we're going to redo a lot of stuff on her. A lot of stuff. I mean, so there you have it. Project Spirit. Now, real quick, I'm going to do something that... we're going to try to do this without breaking a phone on a camera or whatever. Oh, real quick, when I tell everybody that this car is made in America, there's only one part that I have found on her that was not made in America, in the United States, and that's that piece right there. This chrome strip was made in Canada. You can actually see that right there. And so to my boy up there in Halifax, the Cadillac Kid himself, there you go. Something made in your country on Project Spirit. You know, so here we're gonna try to do this without. Sorry, I'm trying not to jostle you all around. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. Man, now that's how a hood should shut. Okay, now imagine for a second, if you will, before I begin ending this live stream, Imagine, if you will, you're inside here, even if it's raining, whatever. It's getting nighttime out here, okay? And here's your project car. And you already heard how she runs. The open road is yours. Now you see why I like having a car like this. All right, let's get to the usual promo stuff before the weather turns too sour. You can see that it's starting to turn sour. But anyhow, if you like this sort of stuff, be sure to leave a big like. And if you're not subscribed to the Prince Magnum channel, I don't know why you're not. Okay? You should subscribe. If you like old cars, you'll subscribe. If you got a sweetheart, you'll subscribe. That sort of thing. Got lots of videos coming out soon that I hope you all will enjoy. I enjoyed making them. To go along with that, if you, again and again and again, if you're real savvy, you're going to hit the bell icon. You'll be notified every time I upload a brand new video or that I go live. Again, thank you to my boy Shaggy, who was kind enough to come on and watch this live. Also, if you have any extra cash and you're willing to donate to the Prince Magnum channel, be sure to hit up my Patreon account under just Prince Magnum. The money that is made on that account will go back into Project Spirit to help make further advancements in making her a better vehicle. You know, let's face facts, she's old, you know, but we don't mind old on this channel. All right, and if you haven't followed me on Twitter, you're missing out, because that'll tell you where I'm going to be on at what times. When I post it, that's where it'll be. That's where the excitement is. You can also follow me on Facebook. If you type in Prince Magnum, you can actually get to know me personally, because I go by my personal name on Facebook. So you're welcome to be friends with me on Facebook, if you will. Also, to go along with all of this, the usual, get out there and work on a project. I don't care what it is, just do something with yourself. Idle hands and a creative mind are horrible, horrible bedfellows. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet, do something special for them today. You might take them for a ride in your project car. I know when Princess Faye gets home, I might just do that with her. Who knows? Who knows? And as always, for all of you out there, if no one out there has told you that they love you, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.